everybody, Vaping Vinny here again, and I'm back with a hardware review for you folks. And this time it is the Reactor from Morning Star Modz. I have it in stainless steel, and I'm matching it up with the Death Trap True RDA from Deathwish Mods. Let's have a quick vape. Whoa, I say, certainly a cloud sucker. Oh, look at that! A single coil RDA. Banging. Power. Can't even see me now. That's how much power we've got. Anyway, folks, while all this vapor disappears, I'll get it down on the deck. We'll have a close-up and I'll do that all-important voltage drop test. What a banger! Okay folks, here's an up close with the Reactor. First of all, the packaging, lovely labelling, the Reactor and the logos and the serial number just down in that corner. I've got number 28. Yeah, lovely packaging. Obviously you've got the scan code there, which takes you straight to the website and things. Lovely jubbly, nice little pelican case for travelling and storing. And there's the Reactor. Let's have a quick up close look around it at the knurling. Come on, camera. There we are. Absolutely quite lethal knurling, it has to be said, but very, very stunning, very clean on both sections, but it is quite rough. There's some of the radioactive substance. Don't worry, it's not dangerous. It's the same as it was in the watches and things of the old days. And the 510. Let's do that. That should get that in focus. There we are. Lovely, lovely, deep, clean engravings. Pop it apart. There's no peak insulator down at the bottom of there though. Might be worth remembering. Check the condition of those cells. Make sure the wraps are not damaged in the slightest. And it's lovely, clean, crisp threading. Do that again. Look at that threading. It's like butter. And the button housing. Very much like the original Morning Star with the housing, and there's the button shot of the Morning Star logo. Again, lovely engraving, lots of vent holes. Obviously there's the vent holes in the top as well. And then the button just slides out of the housing. Quick look around the housing. Again, absolutely lovely machining. Lovely and crisp. Threads could do with cleaning up. Because I'm a lazy bugger. And the firing mechanism. Constant contact. I've got the brass button. It's beryllium copper contact at the top there though, with some ultim. And that just pops out nice and easily out of that section. Like so. And there's the mechanism. Not overly complicated, nice and simple. 3 parts to it as well as the contact. The spring we'll talk about up top because the spring is really stiff. But there we go. Very easy to put back together. He says. That's the famous last words. There we go. And that into there. And then back in the housing. He says. There we are. And there's the constant contact, which will keep your 30Ts from arcing. Doesn't really make an awful lot of difference power wise, but it just looks after the cells. And cells. So let's get on to the voltage drop test. Let's just pop the mech to a side first. Bring in my voltage meter and we'll check the power that's left in the cell. Should be quite high. I just took it out of the charger this morning. 4.17 in the cell. Let's put that in the tube just for clarity. There we go. And I've been using the Death Trap 2 RDA, so that will remain on it for the sake of this voltage drop. It's a single Clapton coil ohming out at 0.19. Let me just get my calculator out. That was 4.17, wasn't it? 4.17. Let's see how we go. And I must remember not to blank the meter. Which I'm doing. Let's pop that there. So we have no reading. No reading. Come on, voltage meter. .71. Let's just pop a bit more juice on that coil. 3.83. And one more. 3.6. So we'll go 3.75 as an average. So 4.17 minus 0.75. 0.42. So between 0.42 and 0.5 of a volt drop, which puts it in nameless and purge category. Really? There we go, folks. I'll pop back up top and give you my final thoughts on the Reactor. Okay, folks, we're back up top with the Reactor mechanical mod from Morning Star Modz. Voltage drop test. So we've just done that and it came out at 0.42 to around about 0.5 on the variation, which 0.42 puts it probably as the UK's hardest hitting mech, but obviously there's a variation, so it's probably on a par with the nameless that I tested a few weeks ago. But yeah, it chucks and really goddamn hits. Gotta remember that's a single coil RDA in there as well. Anyway, voltage drop test done. Design. For me, it's my first stainless steel tube, and I love it. It's so simple, so easy to maintain. Obviously, there's different variants of the tube. There's the patinas and the coateds and the copper and brass, I think, as well. But yeah, design, can't fault it. The knurling is incredibly sharp. I have got callus on my thumb from gripping the knurling, so there's a little bit of a warning there. And the button is incredibly stiff. I mean, mine's now post-expo 2 weeks getting on of constant use, and the spring has bedded in quite nicely. Instant fire. Can't fault that. Price-wise, this particular one is £210 from Evolution Vaping. But I can't fault it. I really can't. I love the design, the finish, the constant contact switch. The new button is cracking. Obviously delivering the power that much better than the old button did. But obviously that was Morning Star's first attempt at the mod mech in the hustle. But yeah. The big question that a lot of people always ask me is, if you lost it, would you go out and buy it? Yes, I bloody would. Without doubt, I would. It's outstanding. Just Oggy, the man, you've seen the interviews with him. he's a legend. There's no other word for him. To make such an impact on the mechanical mod scene as he has, with the Hustle to start with, and he took on the constructive criticism from the Hustle and has produced a beast. There's no other way to describe it. It's a beast. 0.42 drop. It's only just above a Siege voltage drop wise. And remember, this is a stainless steel tube I'm testing. There is a slight difference in conductivity between metals of tubes. It is very, very minor, but that just goes to prove that stainless steel isn't a great difference between your copper and your brasses when it comes to conductivity of tubes. Yeah, I really can't fault the performance. The design speaks for itself. I love the actual detailing on the knurling, as you've seen on the up close, and the finish. It is very sharp, but that's knurling, and good knurling will be like that. And yeah, I just I can't get enough of this tube. I really can't. I was really, really into my side fires, and this thing's just, yeah. Absolutely stunning. Absolutely stunning performance. It really, really is. And I'm starting to waffle a little bit, but I can't speak too highly of this tube. Nice touches with the beryllium radioactivity bits that do glow. You have it out in the sun for a while in the day, then at night time they do glow at night. Nice touch, I think. Design, the finish, quality, it's all there. Complete package. I absolutely love this mech. If you're a serious mech head and like a hard hitting, you've got to seriously consider getting a Reactor. It's a beauty, absolute beauty. My other mechs have all been stashed away. This has just been in my hand since I got it, and it will probably stay there for quite a while, I imagine. Yeah, I don't know what else I can say, really. The only issue, sort of wise, is the spring, and I know Morning Star are going to send out a softer spring to everyone that has bought a Reactor already, just in case they are struggling with that throw, because it is incredibly stiff. But the big American companies out there, you've got a serious contenders here in the UK now, not just Morning Star, Nameless Mods as well, and to an extent Apex, which I've not reviewed yet, hopefully will one day. But yeah, Morning Star Reactor, constant contact, 21700 cell, banging. Banging. If you're a mech head, go buy one. You won't regret it, you seriously won't. And look at some of there's some patinaed ones as well that are out and about, or speak to Oliver himself through the Morning Star group on Facebook. And yeah, can't wait to see what else he's got coming in. I know there's more, so there's going to be an interview part 2 coming up as well with Oggy. Well, there we go. Please drop some comments, like and subscribe. No doubt there'll be some haters out there saying my voltage drop test rubbish. Don't care. That's how I voltage drop test. I will be getting a better setup for my voltage drop test eventually. I'm going to get a custom made job. And there we go. The Reactor from Morning Star Modz gets a Vaping Vinny. Awesome mech. It's superb. There we go, folks. I'm off. Have a good day. Look after yourselves. Love and respect to all. Drop those likes and comments and subscribe, please.